One of the most common things that people say to me when they're talking about their website is that it feels cluttered, it feels disorganized, and they feel overwhelmed by how to make it all work, because they're people who have podcasts and memberships or programs, one-to-one services, they have an ebook they want to sell, and they're just like, I don't know how to make it work. And one of the things we need to do is find some focus for your website. So that's what we're going to dive in today. If you're new here, welcome to the Digital Lounge podcast. I'm your host, Jess Freeman, website designer for online business owners. And we want to start today by actually looking at your business. Where are you at today with your services, your passive income, your offers, any of that? And where do you want to be a year from now? Maybe it's the same place. Maybe you love the amount of client work you get with plus your passive income. Maybe that's totally great. Or maybe a year from now, you're like, I want to have a group program in place. I want to take on less one to one clients. I want more people in my course, whatever that looks like. Where do you want to be a year from now? I know a lot of business coaches like for people to look 5 years out, 10 years out, whatever. But right now, I just want us to look 1 year out because that's going to influence how you make decisions on your website. Because we need to start thinking where you want to be 1 year from now. That's going to affect how you arrange things on your website because that's going to help us get where we need to be. So let's say you want to have more people in your courses or your membership, whatever. What do you need to do now to reach that number? So that would mean looking at, okay, if I have X amount of people joining my program or membership on average every month, let's say there's 5 people joining every month. Okay, so if I want to get to this many people a year from now, I really need to get 10 people to join every month. Okay, so where are my people coming from every month? Are they coming from Instagram? Are they coming from my email list? Are they just coming from referrals? What's that look like? And let's say if it is from your email list, okay, so then that really means we probably need to get more people on your email list every month so that then you have more people joining because the more people we get on our email list, the higher probability that some of those people are going to start joining your membership, right? And of course, you could also try other marketing strategies, like maybe only one person comes from Instagram every month. So you're like, maybe I'll focus more on promoting it on Instagram to see if that helps. But that doesn't mean we can't also try to get more people onto our email list, into our funnel, then to your membership or program, right? So thinking about how can my website be working for me while, yes, I'm promoting it on Instagram, I'm doing collaborations, I'm running Facebook ads, whatever, but how can my website be working for me behind the scenes? That's one of the biggest pieces that people forget about in their business is, well, I'm doing Pinterest ads. I'm talking about it on Instagram. I'm going live on Facebook. I'm doing collaborations. I'm doing podcast interviews. I'm doing all these things. That's great, but your website can also be kind of back here running for you, doing some extra work for you, getting people onto your email list, into your program, buying your stuff, whatever you want it to be doing in the background, right? So, when it comes to finding your focus, think about again where you want to be 1 year from now, and then what steps do you need to take to get there a year from now? Whether that's getting people on your email list or maybe just more people hopping on calls with you. So we need to make that more obvious and easier to book a call with you. That's where we want to start is finding that focus. And one of the things that I often tell people that kind of surprises them is that your website should be shifting between launches. So it's not just put up a website, here are my 5 pages, here's information about my programs, but how can I change things between launches? Meaning, okay, open the doors to my 4 week program for 2 weeks. Now the program's full, I'm closing the doors. So, what needs to change on the website? This doesn't mean you need to redesign your whole website, but it might mean you have one page that's visible on your site during the launch. And then after the launch, after the doors close, you take that page and hide it, make it private, and put up a new page. Maybe that page is a wait list, or maybe it's to a different offer that you have, or whatever, something, wherever you want to send people if they can't join your program right now. That's as simple as it can be, is shifting little pieces around. Maybe if you're full with one-to-one clients, you send them to your course. You can change little buttons, links here and there on pages. You can have, like I said just a minute ago, hide pages, show pages, but really it's those just calls to action around your website. So maybe during a launch, you have like an announcement bar at the top of your website that's like, doors are open, join the program, enrollment closes the 10th, whatever that you want it to say. And then that announcement bar goes away. Doesn't mean you have to replace the announcement bar with a different call to action, but how can you utilize your website to really shift between launches, driving people in different directions? Like, for instance, I'm full with client work until 2021. Not to say that people can't book their projects with me in 2021 now, because they can, but right now I'm spending more energy on driving people to my membership community, because that's another way that people can work with me. It's only $39 a month, so it's a lot less of an investment, and they get immediate access to me rather than waiting until 2021. So I still have my services on my website. Of course, I'm not going to take that down. I really haven't changed my calls to action that much. Like, my homepage is still driving people to my services, but I have a little fly in. It's kind of like a pop up, but it's like at the very bottom of my screen. And then I have a small little announcement at the top of my website. So I'm calling more attention to that's going to my free workshop. So I'm trying to get people on my email list. And you can sign up for that workshop at jesscreatives.com/workshop, just FYI. But I'm calling more attention to that freebie, to that workshop, to get people onto my email list rather than just sending people to my services, because right now I'm good with client work for several months. So rather than just letting my website sit there and be the same thing, I'm using the opportunity to maybe try and drive people elsewhere. I send people to my email list all the time, but usually it's only through the opt-ins that are on my resources page, or that are at the bottom of like my blog posts and videos and that kind of thing. But now I'm making it more obvious. So when you are trying to find focus on your website, we go to one, where do I want to send people the most? And how can I shift things? It doesn't have to be that your website only focuses on one offer all the time, all 365 days of the year. This can shift from month to month, quarter to quarter, whatever you want. And like I talked about a few weeks ago about organizing multiple offers, is how do you want people to navigate through your offers? Maybe you get them on your email list, and then that's how you make them aware of your program, your course, your ebook, whatever. Or maybe you have a different stepping stone. Maybe you have a different starting point elsewhere. Maybe Instagram is where you get all of those buyers that you send to the website that way. You know how people navigate through your offers typically. So think about that when you're also trying to find your focus, is where do I want people to start? Where do I really want to push people right now? Okay. So this is what I want you to think about: simplifying your website, focusing on not just what you want to do now, but how can you start making little changes, little tweaks on your website to help you move in the right direction to get you where you want to be a year from now. If you have questions, I'd love to hear it in the comments below. Be sure and let me know. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and I will see y'all next time.